Okay, good morning students. Today we are going to discuss potential energy and law of conservation of energy. So both the topics we will discuss. Okay, so first we will start with potential energy. Okay, what is the definition of potential energy? Now potential energy is the energy acquired by the body or an object acquired by the body due to its position or by the virtue of its position. Of its position. SI unit of potential energy is same as the SI unit of energy, that is 1 joule. Okay, so potential energy, what is potential energy? Potential energy is the energy acquired by any body due to its position or by the virtue of its position, and the SI unit of the potential energy is same as the SI unit of energy because it is also the type of energy. So SI unit is 1 joule. Now we take some examples. Suppose if we want to give example of potential energy. So first example is your water tank. Have you seen your water tank? So it is one of the example of water stored in tank which is kept at the top of your house. Okay, so this one is an example of which is kept at the top of the house. Second one is a rubber band when we stretch it also possesses potential energy. So these two examples, by giving these two examples, you can easily understand that what is potential energy. Potential energy having the definition that we are going to talk about the position. Suppose a rubber band is in normal position when we stretch it. Okay, so it possesses potential energy, and in the same way your water tank which is connected with pipelines, when the water flows through the pipeline, then at that time it possesses certain velocity. So it is the example of kinetic energy. But when the water falls into your tank and it will be stored there, so then it will convert it into potential energy, and it will be the example of potential energy. So this part is clear to everyone. Now we will discuss about the derivation of kinetic potential energy. Now we will discuss about the derivation of potential energy. It is quite simpler. We all know that potential energy is equals to mgh, but how we can derive that one? Okay, so we know that work done is what? Formula for work done is F into S. F is force and S is displacement or distance. Okay, now in case of force according to Newton's second law, we know that Newton's second law, F is equals to m into A. but when we talk about the acceleration, so in case of potential energy, here we will take mass into acceleration due to gravity. Clear? Now can we write in place of F, can we write this one, F is equals to m into g? Now suppose we are talking about the water tank, it is kept somewhere from the ground and mg will act the downward, and this one is your height. So can we write in place of displacement, can we write h? So can we write W is equals to mgh, and we know that work done is also equal to energy, that is potential energy, that is mgh. So this one is the derivation of your potential energy. Clear? Now we will discuss about law of conservation of energy. Law of conservation of energy. Before starting its derivation, first we will discuss about what is law of conservation of energy. Okay, conservation means what? That neither be created nor be destroyed. Okay? So we can call energy can neither be created nor destroyed. Energy can neither be created nor destroyed, but it can be transferred from one position to, or from one state to another. Clear? So this one is the definition of law of conservation of energy. Means energy can neither be created nor be destroyed, but it can be transferred from one medium to another or one position to another position. Okay? So this is the definition of law of conservation of energy. Now we will discuss about derivation of law of conservation of energy. So before starting this derivation, first we have to make a diagram of this. Suppose when you throw a ball from the ground level, okay, suppose this one is your ground level, okay. So when you throw the ball in the upward direction, so we are calculating at the three positions, okay. So this one is your A position, this one is your B position, this one is your C position. Clear? Now when the ball reach to its maximum height, so there it will stop, and after that it will come back to the ground, and at that point the final velocity will be 0. Why final velocity will be 0? Because if the final velocity will not be 0, then the body will go upward and upward in the same direction. But after reaching at the maximum height, the velocity, your final velocity will become 0. After that, it will start coming towards earth. Now the total height from this to this will be considered as h. Clear? Or if we can write over here, okay, h. Okay, now after starting from this point and when it will reach to this point, okay, so here the final velocity, which is 0, will convert into initial velocity, that is u is equals to 0, and it possess certain velocity, then only it will be able to reach to up to this point. So that distance or displacement will be x. After that, from position B to C, the position, now total height will be h, and this point from A to B is x. So what it will be? H minus x. Clear to this, everyone? Any doubt regarding this? If you have, you can ask. Okay, now we will start from position A. Now at position A, okay, before starting this, we have already discussed the total energy. One thing I left in that one, that total energy will remain constant. Constant means it will remain, total energy is what? Total energy is kinetic energy plus potential energy. And when we derive this expression, you will notice that one, that total energy in all the cases, in case A, case B and case C, it will remain the same. Okay. So when we start with the position A, we know that final velocity is 0. When the body reaches at the maximum point, the final velocity is 0. Now if we have to calculate kinetic energy, we know the formula, kinetic energy having half mv square. So when the final velocity is 0, so can we write this m into 0 ka square? So it will be what? 0. And when we talk about the potential energy will be what? Any object which is we are just throwing in the upward direction, having the mass m, and it is going upward, so having g, and the total height is h. So when we have to calculate total energy first, we are at the position A, so instead of writing A, we are writing 1 only. So total energy will be what? Kinetic energy plus potential energy. So 0 plus mgh. Kinetic energy we are getting 0 and potential energy we are getting mgh. So it will be what? mgh. Clear? Now this one is the case of A. We are calculating at the position A. Now we are going to calculate at the position B. So before calculating position B, we know that what is here we are going to use third equation of motion. Okay, what is third equation of motion? V square minus u square is equals to 2as. So we already discussed over there that the final velocity converted into initial velocity, that is also 0, and it possesses certain velocity, then only it will be able to move from this position to this position. So can we write v square minus 0 is equals to, in place of A, when it is going towards the earth, so it possesses acceleration due to gravity. So can we write in place of A, can we write g, and in place of displacement, the displacement is only x over here. So up we are calculating up to this point. So can we write in place of s x? So from this we are getting v square is equals to 2gx. Clear? Now we are getting v square is equals to 2gx. So we know that kinetic energy is what? Half mv square. So in place of we can write 2gx. So into m into 2gx v square in 2gx. So this 2 and this 2 will be cancelled out, and from this we are getting mgx. Now in same case we are getting potential energy. We know the formula mgh. So m into g into h is what? H minus x. So can we write mg? Now when we open this bracket, so it will be mgh minus mgx. Now in case of total energy second, again the same formula, kinetic energy plus potential energy. So kinetic energy we are getting mgx, and potential energy we are getting mgh minus mgx. Now this mgx and this mgx will be cancelled out, and total energy 2 we are getting also mgh. In first case also we are getting mgh, in second case the total energy is also mgh. Now at position C, now kinetic energy is again the half mv square. We have already calculated v square is equals to 2gx up to this point. When we calculate from this to this point, so the total height is what? H. So can we write in place of x, we are talking about that the ball comes from A position to C position. So can we write v square is equals to 2gh? Now this one we will use in third equation, in kinetic energy. Now half into m into v square is what? 2gh. Now this 2 and this 2 will be cancelled out. So we are getting how much kinetic energy? That is mgh. Now if we talk about potential energy, so potential energy is what? Potential energy is what? Okay, I am writing upside. So potential energy, we are talking about potential energy in third case at the position C. So m into g into h. When the ball reaches from this position to this position, then the height is 0 or not. So from A to, when the ball reaches from A to C, there is no height. So when there is no height, then we take height is equals to 0. So 0 into something is what? 0. Now total energy in case of third is kinetic energy plus potential energy. Kinetic energy we get mgh and potential energy is 0. So again in case of this we are getting mgh. So from this we know that total energy in all the three cases, yani total energy 1, total energy 2 is equals to total energy third, that is mgh. That's why I said that energy can neither be created nor be destroyed, but it can be transferred from one medium to another, and the total energy will remain constant in all the cases. Clear? Okay. This one is the law of conservation of energy. Now we will going to discuss about power. That is the last topic of your chapter. It is the smaller one, so it takes only 1 minute to discuss. Now we are going to discuss about power. Okay, what is the definition of power? The rate of doing work is termed as or is called power. Few people are pronunciate it as a power and someone call it as a par. So whatever you want to pronunciate you can, but it is the exact definition of your power. Okay, now what is the formula for power? Power is equals to, according to this definition, we can write power is equals to work done upon time. Okay, now SI unit of power is 1 watt, that we are the symbol for that is capital W. Okay, and 1 watt is also equal to, we know that the what is the SI unit of work done, that is 1 joule upon 1 second. So can we write 1 watt is equals to 1 joule per second? Clear? So this is the top, this is the power, whatever we have explained. Okay, so we know the definition of that one, and we also know the SI unit of power. And one more thing, 1 horsepower, that is HP. You have heard this term in your cars, that 1 horsepower. 1 horsepower is equals to 746 watt, and 1 kilowatt is equals to 10 raised to the power 3 watt, and 1 megawatt is equals to 10 raised to the power 6 watt. These few terms you have to know. Okay, thank you students, have a great day.